I was 22 at the time, working a part-time job at a small 24-hour hardware store on the outskirts of town. My shift ran from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. usually. It was the quietest job in the world. I'd see maybe 2 customers a night, and the rest of the time I spent restocking shelves or scrolling through my phone. Around 2 a.m., I noticed a man in the power tools aisle. He was wearing a long, grime-covered trench coat, which was bizarre considering it was a humid July night. He was just standing in front of the chainsaw display, staring at a single point. I called out a greeting and asked if he needed help with anything. He didn't answer. He didn't even turn his head. I figured he was just another local eccentric or someone under the influence. So I went back to the register. Half an hour later, I went into the back room to brew some coffee. When I came back out, I noticed the man was gone from the tool aisle. However, the front door hadn't chimed, and that bell is loud enough to be heard across the entire store. I walked through every aisle, empty. Suddenly, I heard a faint scratching sound coming from the back, near the bulk building materials. I headed over and found him. He was crouching in the far corner, tucked behind pallets of cement bags. He was holding a utility knife he'd clearly taken off a shelf, slowly dragging the blade across his own palm. Not deep enough to cause a serious wound, just enough to leave a mark. When he saw me, he didn't look startled. He just smiled, a very slow, wide grin, and whispered, "You're all alone tonight, aren't you?" The manager left at 10. I felt the blood drain from my face. How did he know when my manager left? I took a step back and told him I was calling the police. The man stood up. He was a head taller than me. He began walking toward me, not rushing, just holding the knife out in front of him. I sprinted to the register, locked myself in the glass-enclosed booth, and dialed 911 the entire time. He stood on the other side of the glass, pressing his face against it, just watching me while leaving bloody palm prints on the surface. By the time the patrol arrived, he was gone. They searched the building, but found no one. However, the next day, when the owner reviewed the security footage from the entire week, we discovered that this man had been coming to the store every single night for the past 4 days. He never bought anything. He would simply stand in the camera's blind spots and watch me for hours, studying my routine and waiting for the exact moment I was most vulnerable.